Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. My name's Amy. I'm an ordained minister, and we are in Bible study, and we are in a brand new book of the Bible. We are in the book of Judges. Now, this is a transition because Joshua, son of Nun, has passed away, and instead of having a prophet, which is really what Moses was, and then what Joshua became, they were going to have a series of judges. So what that looks like is like a series of people who basically tell Israel they're not doing something right, and then they're put into a position of power to be making the decisions like you would expect more of a ruler. Not quite a king, but maybe more like a prime minister or a president, if you will. Because they do kind of get elected. So I mean and we do elect our judges here. So you could kind of think of it in that kind of judges way. Okay? Israel fights the remaining Canaanites. After the death of Joshua, the Israelites asked the Lord, "Who will be the first to go up and fight for us against the Canaanites?" The Lord answered, "Judah is to go. I have given the land into their hands." Then the men of Judah said to the Simeonites, their brothers, "Come with us into the territory allotted to us to fight against the Canaanites. We in turn will go with you into yours." So the Simeonites went with them. When Judah attacked, the Lord gave the Canaanites and the Perizzites into their hands, and they struck down 10,000 men at Bezek, Bezek. It was there that they fought Adonai Bezek. It's Adonibezek, and fought against him, putting to rout the Canaanites and the Perizzites. Adonai Bezek fled. I've got a feeling like they mean the Lord of Bezek, like the person who's in charge. But they chased him and caught him and cut off his thumbs and big toes. Wow. But, okay. Then Adonai Bezek said, 70 kings with their thumbs and big toes cut off have picked up scraps under my table. Now God paid me back for what I did to them. Oh, I see. So it was like part of divine justice. They brought him to Jerusalem, and he died there. The men of Judah attacked Jerusalem also and took it. They put the city to the sword and set it on fire. After that, the men of Judah went down to fight against the Canaanites living in the hill country, the Negev and the western foothills. They advanced against the Canaanites living in Hebron, formerly called Kiriath Arba, and defeated Sheshai, Sheshai, and Ahiman, Ahiman, and Talmai, Talmai. From there, they advanced against the people living in Debir, formerly called Kiriath Sefer. And Caleb said, "I will give my daughter Aksah, Acsah, in marriage to the man who attacks and captures Kiriath Sefer." Othniel, son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother, took it. So Caleb gave his daughter Asaka to him in marriage. So to her first cousin. We learn from genetics why this is a bad idea. Later, it leads to birth defects. This is gross. And I'm glad we don't do that anymore. I've got to say, for sure. One day, when she came to Othniel, Othniel, so her father-in-law, she urged him to ask her father for a field. When she got off her donkey, Caleb asked her, "What can I do for you?" Okay, so her husband, I do believe that's right? Yes, her husband wanted her to ask her father for a field. Okay. He said, "What can I do for you?" She replied, "Do me a special favor. Since you have given me land in Negev, give me also a spring of water." Then Caleb gave her the upper and lower springs. Okay. The descendants of Moses' father-in-law, the Kenite, Kenite, went up from the city of palms with, let's get and footnote, that is Jericho, with the men of Judah to live among the people of the desert of Judah in the Negev near Arad. Then the men of Judah went with the Simeonites, their brothers, and attacked the Canaanites living in Zephath, Zephath, and they totally destroyed, that's going to be the irrecoverably giving over, so burning down completely, the city. Therefore, it is called Hormah. Hormah means destruction. The men of Judah also took, and the Septuagint, Judah did not take, Gaza, Ashkelon, and Ekron, each city with its territory. So there's a disagreement here. And I would say they did not take Gaza, that's for sure. The Lord was with the men of Judah. They took possession of the hill country, but they were unable to drive the people from the plains because they had iron chariots. As Moses had promised, Hebron was given to Caleb, who drove from it the three sons of Anak. That's Anak. The Benjamites, however, failed to dislodge the Jebusites who were living in Jerusalem. To this day, the Jebusites live there with the Benjaminites. Now, the house of Joseph attacked Bethel, and the Lord was with them. When they sent men to spy out Bethel, formerly called Luz, the spy saw a man coming out of the city and said to him, "Show us how to get into the city, and we will see that you are treated well." So he showed them, and they put the city to the sword, but spared the man and his whole family. Then he went to the land of the Hittites, where he built a city and called it Luz, which is the name of it is to this day. But Manasseh did not drive out the people, of Beth Shan, that's Shan, or Tanakh, Taanack, or Dor, or Eblim, or Megiddo, and their surrounding settlements from the Canaanites who were determined to live in that land. When Israel became strong, they pressed the Canaanites into forced labor, but never drove them out completely. Nor did Ephraim drive out the Canaanites living in Gezer, Gezer, but the Canaanites continued to live there among them. Neither did Zebulun drive out the Canaanites living in Kitron, Kitron, or Nahalol, Nahalol, who remained among them, but they did subject them to forced labor. Nor did Asher drive out those living in Acco, or Sidon, or Ahalab, Ahlab, and Akzib, or Helba, or Akzib, A-C-Z-I-B, Helba, H-E-L-B-A-H, or Afik, A-P-H-E-K, or Rehob. And because of this, the people of Asher lived among the Canaanites, inhabitants of the land. Neither did Naphtali drive out those living in Beth Shemesh or Beth Anath, but the Naphtalites, I don't know, I guess that's how you say that, Naphtalites, too lived among the Canaanite inhabitants of the land. And those living in Beth Shemesh and Beth Anath became forced laborers for them. The Amorites confined the Danites, the hill country, not allowing them to come down into the plain, but the Amorites were determined also to hold out in Mount Heres, H-E-R-E-S, Ajalon, A-I-J-A-L-O-N, and Shalabim, Shalabim, But when the power of the house of Joseph increased, they too were pressed into forced labor. The boundary of the Amorites was from Scorpion's Pass, I've got a footnote of F, Akrabim, A-K-R-A-B-B-I-M, to Selah, S-E-L-A, and beyond. Okay. Wow. Now we know that there is not a whole lot of complete conquering going on, and there is then a mix of populace still in the area up to the, into the first part of the Judges. So until the next video, friends.